Sippers, sippets, welcome back to another episode of Pour Your Own Problems. Remember, pour your own problems. I can't do it for you.
Hey, boss, he ain't working.
Taking you now to this, you're watching dramatic new video coming out of Oklahoma this morning. Here you see a high school principal bursting into action, tackling this would-be gunman and disarming him right in the hallway. Spencer Humphrey from our News Nation station in Oklahoma City with the story.
There's no audio, but the footage speaks for itself. Pauls Valley High School principal Kirk Moore heroically tackling a gunman attempting to shoot students inside the school's lobby. Security camera timestamps show it all happened right at 2:19 p.m. last Tuesday. The suspected shooter, a former student, 20-year-old Victor Hawkins. You see Hawkins enter the school waving a gun, then pacing around slowly behind a vending machine. Two students sit on benches feet away. It's a little hard to tell because there's no audio, but Hawkins' arrest affidavit says during this time, he actually tried to fire a shot at a student, but his gun jammed, and that's when he went behind that vending machine. Seconds
This is nothing but a blessing from God. Thank God his weapon jammed. Thank God for cameras, actually working cameras in this school. That's probably how the principal and everyone else seen what was actually going on. But one thing that I don't understand that we gotta do, these people got to get better at, is the locking of doors. The safe, that I think that's one of the number one safety hazards that we see. Cameras, the locking of doors, knowing who is coming in. I mean, because he sat there for a moment with that gun. Even when he had time, even when it jammed, he went back behind that vending machine. So I think that we gotta do, this is great, but we gotta do a better job at, protecting our children. Because this could have been a horrible, horrible situation. Luckily, no children were hurt. And I'm glad this guy's caught. These lunatics need to be locked up and never see the light of day. But I digress. Let's keep it going.
later, he steps out and fires a shot. A female student notices and immediately runs the other way. At the same time, Hawkins aims directly at one of the students on those benches. The student lifts his hands in the air. Court documents say he asked Hawkins not to shoot him. Then comes Principal Moore to the rescue, barreling at full speed out of his office, tackling Hawkins onto the bench, giving that student a chance to run to safety. If you look closely, Hawkins actually points his gun point blank at Moore's head when he exits his office. It's unclear exactly when, but court documents say he managed to shoot Moore in his leg. Seconds later, the assistant principal runs out as well, taking Hawkins' gun and putting it inside the office, while an injured Moore continues laying on top of Hawkins until police get there.
Thank God he had no assault rifles. Thank God. And I'm sorry, I don't care if it's on camera. He would have had hands put on him. Yeah, like he holding him down, but I would have knocked his out. I would have. I'm sorry. Sippers, sippers. Y'all tell me what y'all would have did as the principal. What would y'all did in this situation? Because he getting hands. He already pointed the weapon at a child twice. Luckily, the first time it jammed. Luckily, thank God that the principal was running out of his office before he could even shoot this child. Man, and we got to beef up security in these schools. We should have security officers in these schools, or at least one patrol car officer, police officer should be roaming the schools, because this is unacceptable on so many levels, in my opinion. With people just being so crazy these days, so deranged, and it's happening more frequent. I think that we gotta be more conscious of what's actually going on and taking place. But that's just my position on it. Let's keep it going.
I have to start with a massive thank you for that administrator.
Mo Kennedy is the executive director of the National Association of School Resource Officers. He says there's no two ways about it.
For him to take that action, seeing that, the danger to his students, to his staff, others in the building, that is heroic.
Unequivocally, Moore and that assistant principal are nothing short of heroes.
There's no question that is above and beyond. And again, just, I don't even know him, but I'm really proud of him.
With all that said,
and I'll also say too, and this is no knock on women, but I do like with these gentlemen being like these principals, these administrators being men, I feel like it goes into the psyche of also critical thinking. I'm not saying that they can't have a lapse of judgment. I'm just saying the way he was able to bum rush him, get out of that, man him, strong arm this gentleman that was trying to shoot children. I think we also got to look at that and call a spade, because I'm not saying women are not going to protect children. That's not what I'm saying. And they can't protect children. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying with a man having the strength to combat another man and disarm him, I think that we have to acknowledge that. We have to acknowledge that.
the video also reveals something concerning. Take a look at the first moment Hawkins walks in the building. See that? It's someone's arm pushing the door open for him. We reached out to the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, who confirmed to us Hawkins was able to get in the building because that person opened that locked door. OSBI telling us they do not suspect the person was working in coordination with Hawkins, instead merely doing what they thought was a favor to someone needing to get inside.
And that's unfortunate, because how many times have we all done that? So I'm gonna step back and acknowledge, like, I feel like I'm slightly wrong. I still feel like it should be more officers patrolling our schools, but at the same time, when you don't know, you don't know. I don't know how many times I've done that in my own at work or at a grocery store or anywhere, even at the courthouse. How many times have we done that, extended that assistance for someone to get in, and then he looks young, like he still could be a teenager. So we have to take that into consideration. But let's keep it going.
And that's human nature. But looking at something like this, you have to realize that when you choose to open the door and let someone in, that can create this type of situation.
He says there's multiple layers to school security, from physical barriers like locks and doors, or security systems like cameras and alarms. But equally as important, having a culture and climate of safety.
You can do everything in the world to secure that physical environment, but if there is not a culture and climate that says it's not okay to open doors for people, then that's going to continue to happen.
I mean, just extraordinary intervention. That was Spencer Humphrey reporting there. We can tell you this morning, Principal Kirk Moore is out of the hospital. He is recovering, so we're wishing him well. And as a mother myself, I think I speak for every parent in hoping and praying that our children's school faculty and staff would intervene in that way as well.
Yeah. Like, I think that it was good that they were able to intervene. I know what, I understand what the guy was saying about, having a community of not, giving people access. But I think the major thing is also having the importance of having them cameras. I believe, and this just based upon my analysis, my assumption. I believe that the principal seen that camera and seen what was actually going on, so that he could take pursuit. And I think that these schools need to have more working cameras, more angles to see when somebody walk into their schools or somebody is let in, and be able to act fast. And I believe that, hey, it obviously reaps dividends when we see a man take on another man. And I'm just being transparent about that. I'm not saying women can't do it, but we just see a total parallel, another something totally different. Like if that was a woman, I don't know if that child's life, her life, would have been saved. You understand? Like I feel like it would have been more detrimental. But seeing that he was quick on his feet, he was able to disarm him along with the assistant principal. And so we have to take that into consideration as well. But sippers, y'all tell me how y'all feel about this in the comments. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It's your boy Mercy. I'm out.